All right, middle-aged white guy reacts is back again today, continuing with Tom Week. I wanted to have more videos for you earlier today. Some work things came up though. Wasn't able to get anything out, but I'm here now. So try to get in a couple right now, and maybe one for tomorrow morning before Tom's big release. So that said, we're gonna keep with the spoken word. We're gonna do one more spoken word here for now. We're gonna go with Anarchy. I think based on the title, that should go well with the one we just did, which was War is Coming. So let's get into it and see what he comes up with here. All right, Thomas, let's go.
I got away from all the chains they tried to lock me up with. I wasn't made for 9 to 5s or working in construction. I never fit the system. My description is the suspect. I gave him all the finger, then I rode into the sunset.
Well, he's saying, he basically wasn't built for 9 to 5. He can't just sit there and be a construction worker or do, be the low man on a totem pole anywhere. He's not going to work his way up through any company. His description, if you had to describe him, would probably be the suspect in any sort of crime you might think of. He looks like a unsavory individual. Not right here though. Right here he looks good. He looks clean cut. You can't really see any of the tattoos. There's nothing all over his face, but anymore, yeah, he's definitely the suspect.
Fit the system. My description is the suspect. I gave him all the finger, then I rode into the sunset. And I don't want to be promoted. I don't need to raise a buck. And I don't want the Christmas bonus or the new company truck. Keep that silly uniform I had to wash and dry. I'm not a brick that's in your wall, but you're a thorn that's in my side.
He's saying he's not going to work for the man. Cat hair, hold on. He's not going to work for the man. Yeah, he doesn't want to be promoted. He's not worried about making an extra dollar. He doesn't worry about a Christmas bonus. He doesn't want a company truck. All right. Yeah, he's basically saying the whole 9 to 5, the whole wake up and work for somebody and just be another cog in the wheel is BS, and he's not going to do it. And, to me, that's the dream right there, is to be able to not be a cog in the wheel. And as soon as if I'm ever lucky enough to be in the position to not have to work for somebody and still be able to provide, that's what I'm doing. Because, yeah, the whole 9 to 5 thing sucks, man. It's like I will work however many hours I have to. I think I said in another video, I'll work as many hours as I have to keep to provide. All right, just encompassing the whole thing. But I won't work a minute more. Okay, so however much I need to work to make sure everything's taken care of, I'll work that amount. All right, but I won't work a minute less either. So I'll do exactly what I need to. All right, because to me, my free time is worth more than almost any job can feasibly pay me. So I agree 100% with this man.
Silly uniform I had to wash and dry. I'm not a brick that's in your wall, but you're a thorn that's in my side. I was born to not comply with all the orders and defy. I love the horrors I survived. I feel like normal's a disguise, and I don't want an application or a half an hour lunch.
There they are. There's the tats. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say maybe this is, yeah, he still has them though. All right.
Horrors I survived.
That makeup's pretty damn amazing right there.
Be like normal's a disguise, and I don't want an application or a half an hour lunch or a cubicle to work a job that I don't even love. Yeah. My veins are full of gasoline. My motor's made of stolen parts. I've tightened all the nuts and bolts, but I don't want to work on cars. The system's trying to smother me, but anarchy is in my heart. They slash my tires and cut my brakes. I'll crash now if it even starts. My boss...
I mean, he's just talking about society as a whole. The whole, being a slave to our debt, working for the man, keeping us just trudging away at jobs that we hate. I mean, the whole system sucks. It's the way of the world, though, unfortunately, but...
Anarchy is in my heart. They slash my tires and cut my brakes. I'll crash now if it even starts. My boss don't even know that I make music he would care about. He thinks I'm just some stoner stacking boxes in a warehouse. I got dreams and goals and things I'm told are worth to keep aspiring. When music is my full-time job, then nobody can fire me. But
see? Yep, and that's, you know, just be so nice. Be so nice to not have to worry about stuff like that.
Things I'm told are worth to keep aspiring. When music is my full-time job, then nobody can fire me. But right now it ain't hiring. My groceries expiring. My rent is due. My phone is off. The extra shifts are tiring. I know I'm made for more than what my resume reflects. The government is trying to dumb me down with guns and booze and sex. I'm not a salesman. I couldn't sell beer in the prohibition. I've never been the type to make a living off commission. I'm no good at wearing suits or doing taxes for a business.
He's just going through all, like, you know, all the typical blue collar, white collar, all these typical jobs, you know, that we all are trudging away at for 40, 50, 60 plus hours a week, every week, you know. And the most miserable thing is getting up and going to a job that you hate every day. And when you have to wake up and be like, not again. And that those thoughts of how can I get out of going to my shift? Should I call in sick? How many times have I called in sick this year? You know? What kind of excuses can I make? You know, what family members are ill that I can go visit or something? You know, I mean, at least if you can enjoy a certain aspect of your job, you don't hate going there, it's not as bad. But still, you know, spending, like I said, 40, 50, 60 hours a week working, it sucks. I mean, none of us want to do it. But, you know, I mean, some people want to. There's workaholics. Some people do want to do it. I'm not one of them. Like I said, I'll do exactly what I need to do.
Been the type to make a living off commission. I'm no good at wearing suits or doing taxes for a business. I want to count some money, not the hours and the minutes. Yeah. I'm not a carpenter, a lawyer, a doctor. I'm not a waiter or a...
Counting the hours or the minutes. Ugh. I had a job in a factory where I had to mark down every time I cleared a pallet into a hopper. All right, so I just took empty bottles, boxes of empty bottles, poured them into a hopper, made sure the machine didn't jam. Every time I cleared a pallet, I had to write down the time. It took me 5 minutes to clear a pallet. So every 5 minutes, I had to look at a clock and write down the time. It was torture. That was the worst thing I have ever done in my life. It was just those days were so long.
Money, not the hours and the minutes. I'm not a carpenter, a lawyer, a doctor. I'm not a waiter or a teacher or a cop or a plumber. I'm not a tradesman or an architect, an engineer, a pilot or a mailman. I'm something that don't fit into their perfect little game plan. I'm me. And they can try to kill my spirit with overtime when the barn burns. But if there's one thing I ain't scared of, it is long days and hard work. So they can pay themselves $1 while I only make a cent. But I will stack up all my pennies till they're higher than the fence. Then I'll climb them like a ladder and jump to the other side. Spend the nickels that I made on a taxi or hitch a ride. But they never thought they'd see the day I left them to survive and use the system that they built to leave their system all behind.
See, that's what sucks. Is you have to play in the system to get to a point where you can get outside of it, because we all need a certain amount of money to live off, to eat, to keep a roof over our head, to keep transportation, to keep going to the place that gives us the money, to keep the roof, to keep the food, you know. So you have to play in the system long enough to get out of it. And like you said, you have to stack your pennies until you can make a ladder to get over the fence to leave the system behind. He's outside of the system big time now. You know, I mean, he did exactly what he said he was going to do right here. But it just sucks because once you get in the system, the working 9 to 5, the incurring debt, mortgages, car payments, credit cards, cell phone bills, it keeps you going to that 9 to 5 because it's a big risk. It's a big risk to try to just go off and do it on your own and make your own way, when you have the guarantee of a salary or an hourly wage, you know, no matter what. Like Tom, I mean, he's set right now. He's set for life, but he took a risk that there was no safety net for him financially. If he failed, he would have failed. And they probably, you know, he'd have been living on the street. Him and Nova probably wouldn't have worked out. I mean, it was a huge risk. And it just sucks. I mean, what do you do, though? You play in the system long enough to get out of it, or get trapped by it. So, all right, that'll do it. Middle-aged white guy reacts is out. Peace.